Hi. As you can see, we are practicing social distancing here at Miami Temple, the pastoral staff.
Not 6 feet though. But.
It's not 6 feet, but it's okay. I want to thank you. Last Sabbath, many of you joined us in live stream. Last night, we had over 60 people in our prayer meeting over Zoom. The building may be closed, but the church is still open. And so I want to remind you that Miami Temple is one church, but many living rooms. And I want to encourage you to have watch parties for your Sabbath schools and even for our 11 a.m. service. But if you're having your watch parties, remember, no more than 10 people. And so I want to quickly just show you, we want to show you how to greet one another in this new reality. So Pastor Nelson and Pastor Brian have become, so of course, you're not handshaking, you're not doing any of that. You can do the virtual high five, right? Virtual high five, or you can do the foot thing that we learned at.
Yeah, just get a play.
We kind of messed this up. But Brandon, he messed me up last week because he came to church. He says, "Pastor, come here," and he actually did this. He said, "We can do the bump. We can do the bump. We can do the bump."
That's not 6 feet.
That's not 6 feet.
No.
All right. Pound. And if someone tries to shake your hand, what do we? Oh. You do that, no shaking of hands, no touching,
none of that.
Continue to wash your hands, don't touch your face. So, I want to thank Ruben and Karen and Sabine who came yesterday and they redid our set so it looks like a living room. I want to thank Roberto who took care of the audio issues from our live stream. And so we're ready to go forward. So at this time, I want to invite Nelson, who's going to talk to us about outreach and Easter.
Hey everybody. So I'm sure many of you know that this coronavirus situation has presented us with a whole new reality. Many different schools have been closing down, cities have been under lockdown, businesses have been closing, and one of the hard choices we had to make as a church was what to do with the Easter program. We've had to make the tough choice to actually cancel this year's Easter program. I know this is a disappointment to many of us because we really look forward to it. Many of us who were part of planning it and preparing for it, we were really looking forward to being a part of this experience, but there is good news. One thing we decided to do moving forward is to actually have a Easter rebroadcast of one of the most popular Easter programs in the last few years. I'm not going to spoil it for you yet, but we've already done the job editing it. It's going to look really nice, and we think you'll be very pleased with it. And we're not going to leave you high and dry. One of the things we're going to be doing after Easter is an Easter experience. I was trying to think of a right word for it. It's not really an evangelistic series. It's not a prayer meeting. It's not a webinar. It's not it's different. It's going to be a week-long interactive experience, and we're calling it Reframe because the idea is we're really forced to do this in this situation that we are living with the coronavirus. We have had to reframe the way we do church. We've had to reframe the way that we do greetings, and we have to think of a way to reframe Easter and even reframe our faith in this situation, this reality that we're living in. And so it's going to be really awesome. You're going to see a page, more information on that, how to register, how to sign up to be one of these small groups. You're going to see discussion pages. You're going to see that rolling out here in the near future. But we want to just invite you to just like us on social media, join our mailing list. But beyond that, we want to encourage you to just stay safe, check on those that are around you, especially those who are older or immunocompromised. Don't let anyone slip through the cracks in this time. And we want to just encourage you guys to stay upbeat, and we'll get through this together.
So as Pastor Nelson already said, this a part of this reframing that we're doing, we want to stay connected. And especially for the youth, this time apart, this social distancing, I want us to be able to stay informed, stay up to date with each other, being able to continue to foster these intimate relationships with one another as we see each other grow even throughout this pandemic. And so there's 3 initiatives that I'd like to introduce to the youth group. I know we're all familiar with this. But those 3 things are, 1, I sent out a text to everyone who I had on my phone that is either a young person or has young people living with them. If you did not get my text, I probably don't have your contact information. So please make that readily available to me. You can text me or call me at 561-876-2236. And I would like to invite the youth to be part of more of an interactive experience now that we can't really connect personally. I want us to be able to connect online. And so one of those ways that we can do that is through Zoom. the church has a Zoom account, and it's readily available to me and all the leaders. And so what we want to do is we want to connect once a week via Zoom. The second thing would be to connect via our group chat. So connect there, send a couple of messages, GIFs, videos about how it is that you are living in this pandemic. How is it going for you? And the third thing is we want to go ahead and start an Instagram page so that we can share our stories, we can share our difficulties, we can share our funny moments with our siblings or with our parents living at home all together. I understand that it can be frustrating, it can be nerve-wracking, but it can also be hilarious. So please share your stories, keep a lookout for these invites that I'll be sending, and enjoy this pandemic.
Enjoy this pandemic. No, you just said cut it out. So as you heard from the pastors, we are actively serving our community. And so Wilney, our first elder, he has mobilized our elders and broke them up into different zones. You can go to our Miami Temple website and you will see a list of elders with their zones. So if you want to know, if you need anything, if you need a prayer, if you need someone to go to the supermarket for you, anything that you need, we're here to serve you. So look up the elder in charge, reach out to them. They will be calling you. So if you see a number on your phone that you don't recognize, it could be one of the elders. It could be one of us. So we're here to serve. And I just want to leave you with this thought. As I was reading my Bible this morning, it's interesting how God is leading. My Bible reading today took me to Joshua chapter 1. And I found here in verse 9 where God is talking to Moses. God is talking to Joshua, not talking to Moses. And he says to Joshua, haven't I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And I know there's a new reality. We don't know the economic status of many of our homes, but I want to remind us that God is going to be with us to the end. And so let's continue just praying for one another and remind each other that Jesus is our hope and Jesus is with us. Jesus is near. So let us be gentle to the world around us. May God bless you. One last thing. I want to remind you, please give online your tithes and offering. You can go to our website, miamitemple.org. There's a link where you can give your offering, your tithes. But if you really want to bring it to us, put it in an envelope. And we're here, Joan is here, Monday through Friday from 9 to 1. Thank you. May God bless you.